Welcome to the Blooming League of Original Podcasts.
And we're off and racing for another episode of Speed Junket. I'm your host, Aaron, and this week's racetrack takes us all the way to New York City, the greatest city in the New York City. So start spreading the news, because, hey, I'm walking here, but don't look inward. Become a king or queens and put your man hat on as we raid Hell's Kitchen for a dinner party with Brooklyn. And if she's not available, try Becca. Now raise your glasses, because we're about to go berserk with Craig Bierko. Welcome to the Speed Junket.
Oh, another exciting intro.
Yep.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for doing this. This is a totally different show to the last one you've been on of mine.
That's good.
Thrush and Treasure.
That's good. Yeah, well, we're ready. I'll adjust accordingly.
Anyways, before we begin the race, we thought our listeners should get to know you a bit. So who are you? Where do you come from? I feel like this is a redundant question.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's all right, but I would imagine most people don't know who the hell I am. My name is Craig Bierko. I'm an actor. I live in New York in the United States. Well, what's left of the United States of America. We thank you all for your support.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a lovely person.
Yes, you are. Yeah, I can absolutely vouch for that. But if listeners at home want to hear a list of credits, because he's being utterly humble right now, I do a totally over-the-top... I've done two of them for you, actually.
You have.
I did one for you and one for your mum on the show, where I took all your credits and punned the shit out of them and celebrated your mum on Mother's Day. So that was absolutely awesome. But also this year, you appeared on our 5th birthday episode. And I just want to say thank you so much, because you know that just meant the absolute world to me. It really did.
Oh, well, that means a lot to me. Thank you. And you're welcome. Both at the same time.
Oh, awesome. It was an absolutely epic episode. I could not believe it. And just the love and goodwill for Thrush and Treasure.
Well, you put a lot of hard work into, and your audience is never going to see that.
Yeah, that's
You
thing.
make it seem effortless, but it's not. It's a lot of hard work, and you do a lion's share of it all by yourself. And I hope the due compensation comes your way.
Oh, God, so do I. So do I. Goodness gracious me. At the moment, it's all in-house advertising. But anyway, so what have you been up to this year? I believe you've just been in an indie film.
Oh, yes, there's a movie out now. I wouldn't even know how to refer to this movie called Dead. It's really, really wonderful. Written by Izzy Rolland and directed by her mom, who's a gifted actress, writer, comedian, Claudia Linnell. So it was this family effort. They have generations of entertainers in their family, and they all kind of play a version of themselves. But the story, which is based on fact, was about Izzy's father, Claudia's ex-husband. They were divorced when this happened, but he passed away, I believe, from cancer. And he was a bit of a character, bit of a manipulator, colorful character, I think would be a kind way to say it. Never had the pleasure of meeting the guy. But when they were putting this movie together, they thought, that's a good part for Bierko, for better or for worse. And so in the first scene, I die. And for the rest of the movie, I haunt everybody in the family except the character that Izzy plays, which is the daughter. And it's, believe it or not, a very funny, very moving film about resolution, about finding resolution, even if it's impossible, even if it's after the fact. And I know from personal experience, I have a couple of friends, one of whom was actually Izzy's age, which is about half mine, who saw the movie, had unresolved issues with her dad when he passed away, and found the movie very healing, called to tell me about it. I sent that through to Claudia so she could see that. And so the producers, who are Claudia and Izzy and a couple of other people, are sort of going around the country now, sort of the way they used to do in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, roadshow.
Yeah, roadshow style. They're showing the movie, which was entirely crowdfunded. They got way more money than they thought they would get. So they actually had the money to sort of hop around and do this roadshow stuff and put some money into merch and get the movie seen. It's gotten a beautiful response. And I would imagine when the time comes and all the markets are opening, they'll pretty much have the pick of, they'll find the right distributor and more people will get to see the movie. But that's a great movie and I had a lot of fun doing it. At first, I've only had this experience once before. I showed up for the movie and everything was moving so fast, and it's a very low budget movie, but I show up for the movie and basically the next day we roll right into into it, and I find myself in front of the camera, we're acting, and I'm like, oh God, I didn't get a haircut. I didn't think twice about what I'm going to wear. I'm wearing this horrible powder blue blazer. My hair's all over the place, and I've got sort of a half beard, and then I realized, oh, the guy is a screw up. It doesn't really matter, and it actually kind of works for the movie. It's not, if I were even a skitch more vain, I probably wouldn't be able to watch it. And the only other time I had that experience was the first season of a show I did called Unreal, where I was pretty much in the same thing. And after the first season, I said, well, of course I'm going to lose weight because I don't want to. And they were like, no, no, no. But I was playing a kind of sociopath drug addict, and they were fine with, I guess sociopath drug addicts don't mind if they're overweight. But this one did.
Chet, yeah.
Chet Wilton. Other than that, I was so pleased with this movie. I hope everybody gets a chance to see it. It's one of the few things I've been involved with where people are having a really strong emotional, sort of cathartic reaction. If you're lucky, you're going to be one of those people.
Yes. Well, I hope it comes to Melbourne.
It will eventually.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Just speaking of your movies, I just finished watching a classic Christmas movie that I hadn't actually seen in a while, The Long Kiss Goodnight.
Yeah.
So how does it feel to almost ruin a little girl's Christmas, you monster? Goodness me. You're so evil in it.
Oh, I know. I really came very close. I'm the Grinch. Well, I'll have you know, first of all, that actress, that tiny little girl,
Yvonne Zima,
has blossomed into a gorgeous, one of three gorgeous Zima's sisters. They all three act, although Yvonne has been tending more towards her. She's a brilliant writer.
Okay, yeah. Madeline was on The Nanny for many years.
Oh, was she?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And then on Californication with David Duchovny.
Yvonne has been writing. I've read a one-act play she wrote, which was really brilliant, and some prose and some other stuff. And she and I talk all the time. We'll just call each other out of the blue.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. And the Zima sisters are these Amazonian beauties now, which is hilarious when you think of that little bug in that movie. But
same with Madeline, watching her grow up in The Nanny.
Yeah.
Makes me feel old, even though I'm not that much older than them. Rewatching it again, halfway through, I'm like, this is definitely a Shane Black movie.
Yeah.
Because it's set at Christmas and the wit in it was hilarious. But anyways, I think I know the answer to this one, but are you quicker on your feet or with your mouth?
My mouth.
Yep. I'll jump into it and I'll go through the rules of the Speed Junket. The rules of the Speed Junket are very simple. You'll have 20 minutes to answer as many questions from our list of 100 as you can get through in that time. Once the time is up, the amount of questions you answered will go onto our scoreboard as points, where at the end of the season, the winner will receive the prize of eternal glory. The questions will range from personal tastes, personal history, through to random trivia, random thoughts, and other miscellaneous questions along the way, with some deep thought obstacles popping up to get you thinking and hopefully wasting time. You may plead the fifth on any question and we will move on. However, you will be deducted a point for each pass. You will get half a point for answering a trivia question. However, you will only receive the full point if you answer the question correctly. Lastly, the host, me, must say the number of each question before asking the question so that the listeners are able to keep up, as well as me. So, are we clear on the rules?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, before we start the Speed Junket, are you willing to take the Speed Junket Pledge of Honesty?
No.
Okay, well...
Of course not. What, has anybody said no? What happens if you say no?
They always say yes, and I say, well, thank God for that, or I'll have to end the episode, and now I don't know what to do. Oh my God.
What are you going to do? No, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll say it.
All right, awesome. If you can repeat after me. I, Craig Bierko,
do
hereby declare to answer each question as quickly, honestly, and as thoroughly as possible, lest I incur the wrath of the Oprah. Excellent. Awesome. Now, this week, I'm using the same question list as episode 4 onwards. However many I can get recorded before episode 4 drops, which is actually this Sunday. So if you're ready,
Let's go.
I'm going to get my clock or my timer ready. On your marks, start your engines. Let's dim the lights and start the clock. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're off. What country would you most like to visit?
Australia.
Correct answer. I should give you an extra point for that. Question 2, what would be the name of your autobiography?
Drowning in Midair.
Yeah,
Oh, Drowning in Midair was the name of a screenplay I wrote, but why not?
yeah. Have you got any plans to write one?
Well, that one's been written. I just haven't. I plans to get other people to read it and rewrite it. That's all.
Yeah,
You're wasting my time. You're cutting into my.
I have. You don't have to call me out on that yet. Question three: if you were forced by birthright to marry a comic book villain, which dastardly deviant would you want to be betrothed to?
Veronica from Archie magazine
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. That's a good answer.
or Archie comics, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Question four: what are your favorite and least favorite show tunes? Dun dun dun.
Favorite is "You'll Never Get Away from Me" from Gypsy.
Yeah.
You'll never get away from me. You can climb. And least favorite. That's a least favorite. Um, I can't think of a show tune that annoys me. I mean, I can say, uh, nah, nothing that I can't think of anything that annoys me.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all right. We'll give you a point anyways, because you didn't say the word pass.
I don't want any of your sympathy points.
No, you didn't. That's the rules. You didn't say pass.
All right.
Question five: which quiz show would you want to try your hand at and think you could win?
Match game.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Oh, that. We call it blankety blanks here in Australia.
Well, stop it.
Far too late for that.
All right.
Question six: you starred in the movie Scary Movie 4.
The movie, not the original Broadway production. That was Glenn Ford. Go ahead.
Yep. Do you think we'll ever achieve world peace?
Wait, those are together?
Yeah. So it was meant to throw you off.
Okay, that's all right. No, it doesn't throw me off. It actually goes well with my line of logic.
Yep.
I believe we have achieved world peace. How about that?
Yeah.
And we just don't realize it yet.
Yeah. I'm just not willing to settle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can believe that. Question seven: ever mistaken a random stranger for someone you know?
Have I ever been mistaken by a random straight?
No, have you mistaken a random stranger for someone you know, like gone up to them on the street and said, "Hey, how you going?" and it was not who you thought it was?
Oh God, I'm sure I have, but I have no specific recall.
Yeah.
You know, to be totally honest, I'm hitting that honesty point.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I once did it to someone in a car. That was so embarrassing.
Oh, that's no good. There's no escape.
I know. Question eight: what's your favorite board game or card game?
I don't enjoy cards on any level. I don't like card tricks or card games, and I don't play any board games, so it's a moot. It's all moot.
No, that's fine. You still get a point because you answered something. You didn't say pass. Question nine: have you ever stepped on a piece of Lego in bare feet?
Yes.
Yeah, Alan. Question 10: given the chance, would you visit space?
No.
No?
That's nothing out there for us.
Yeah, I know, but still be pretty cool. But I don't think my body would survive it. Question 11: what fictional family from TV would you most like to be a member of?
Fictional family.
Well, you played six in Blossom, I believe, so the Russos.
Yeah. I think I'd probably would have if fiction wise, not in real life, but probably the Partridge Family
Yeah,
because they were musical.
yeah, and you can come on and get happy. Question 12: have you ever tried any Aussie foods? Any bush tucker?
I've tried. Is it Marmite?
Well, Vegemite, yeah.
Vegemite. What's Marmite?
It's British.
Oh, okay.
It's a bit runnier, I believe. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, ooh.
It's a whole war.
Yeah. I have tried Vegemite.
Yeah,
But not like not on a crisp or anything, or just a little bit. And I thought, oh, okay, that's I got that, and I can see why another it should be added to something else. To
yeah,
the crunch should either distract you from what you're doing, or the taste should override or complement, I should say,
yeah,
what you're eating. But by itself, do people just take fingerfuls and
yeah.
eat it out of the tin? They do, huh?
As a baby, I was given teaspoons of it,
Okay.
and still growing up, I'll still just sit there and have like a spoonful of it.
Well, it's the ultimate savory item, isn't it? I mean, it's really the last stop on the savory highway.
Yeah,
And if you're brought up on that, if you're brought up and you're conditioned to enjoy that, I can see that.
exactly. And it looks like it was scraped off a highway.
It does.
Question 13. Which animal would you want to reincarnate as?
That's an interesting one. Well, oh, I would say the specific animal, or a type of animal.
What type of animal? Yeah.
I
However you want to
suppose a
answer.
dog. I suppose a dog or a cat. I suppose a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question 14. When was the last time you built a sand castle?
I was. I. I'm sure I was in my double digits. Probably at a beach excursion in high school. Probably the night of the prom.
Yeah.
Lord knows I wasn't doing much else with my hands. Go ahead.
Well, question 15. Are you much of a dancer?
No, I'm a terrible dancer. I am closer to farm machinery than a person who dances.
Yep.
I required special training, and for the Music Man especially. When I got the role, I called Susan Stroman, who was the director of that production.
Mm-hmm.
I called her about 10 minutes after she offered me the part, and I said, I don't dance. I can't even stand up very fast. And she laughed and she said, people are going to walk out of the theater thinking that you are a great dancer. And I put a lot of work into it. She also hired somebody, beautiful Tara, who I never had a 5 minute break. So whenever they yelled 5 minutes, somebody tapped me on the shoulder, and I had to go into the corner and work on my dance steps. And it worked.
Yeah.
That kind of preparation worked. Yeah, but I'm not a dancer.
Yep. And you're in very, very safe hands there with lovely Susan Stroman.
I certainly was.
Question 16. What was your nickname? What were your nicknames in school? The good ones and the bad ones.
Always wanted a nickname. Never the closest I ever got. A couple of people in my life still from those days still call me CB, but it didn't take. But I was CB on the soccer team for a little while. I was big guy. Um, and and so I've nicknamed my real name is Craig, but I've nicknamed myself either Craig or Greg. Either one is acceptable. Yeah,
Awesome. There's a whole contention of how it's pronounced because Americans always say Craig, but we say Craig.
Craig. I believe is the actual pronunciation, but it sounds silly to. It's Craig. You can't go walk around going it's Craig.
Yeah.
You can't keep correcting people.
No. Question 17. Who is the greatest sports person of all time, in your opinion?
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cassius Clay.
yeah.
Question 18. What five people would be your ultimate dinner party guests? Not including me, obviously.
Well, I think Muhammad Ali. Uh, um, I would like to have dinner with. Oh boy, why is that a tough question? Not the normals. Like I see. Most people say, "Well, Jesus Christ," but I'd be like, I don't know enough. I'm not up on my ecumenics or whatever it is you'd need to be up on, and I bet he would have nothing to add. About. Although, if he is, is he a third of God? Is that the idea? Part of the triumvirate? But he would. But he's one of those entities that sees and knows all, right?
Hmm.
So I was gonna say I really wouldn't be. I don't need to have dinner with anybody who hasn't wasted as much of their life watching stupid television as I did in my childhood. And I can't imagine asking Jesus Christ what he thought of the third season of Welcome Back, Kotter. But so it's and Gabe Kaplan wouldn't be one of my choices, although I'm sure he's a very interesting person, but he's primarily interested in playing poker, and I don't like card games, as we've established.
Yep.
So between Jesus Christ and Gabe Kaplan, I'm afraid I'm going to have to take a pass.
Yep. No worries.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a sentence that's never been said before and will likely never be said again.
Hopefully. Question 19. Have you ever accidentally locked yourself out of your house or room naked or half naked?
Almost. No, but almost. There was an earthquake in Los Angeles. I think it was 1995 or 96. And it hit all of a sudden. And, normally you think earthquakes are going to be like a slow rumble that gets more and more intense, and then you wait to see. But I was on the fifth story of a building that was built in 1929. And when it came on in the middle of the night, it was as if somebody twice the size of the building hit the side of it with a baseball bat. That's what an earthquake felt like. And I looked outside and wires were snapping. The whole sky was turning. It was black, and then all of a sudden would flash blue from the electronic wire, from the overhead wires snapping, the telephone wires. And I jumped right out of my bed and was in my hallway with the door slowly closing, stark naked, and I grabbed it right at the last second. I looked down in the hallway, and the hallway was twisting like this.
Oh, shit.
This story has a guest star. This story has a popular guest star who should be on this show, by the way,
Yeah.
and we'll confirm this story. So I look down the hallway, and it's going, and I go, this. I'm just waiting for the side of the building to fall, and then for myself to go, I'm going to die with a building on top of me.
Yep.
That's literally, you don't even have time to be scared. You're just like, that's what's happening.
Yep.
And then I hear the phone ringing, and as everything is slowing down, I get to the phone, and I pick it up, and it's Richard Kind.
Oh, wow. Yes, I would love that.
So, and do you have to preface him at all in Aussie land?
No, I've got posters of his movies. I've got a Bug's Life poster still.
Yeah, sure. So that Richard Kind calls, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
And the city has just been through this, and this is before cell phones and stuff. So this is a landline that's ringing. I'm thinking it's somebody trapped under their house or something, and it could be it's Richard Kind. And I pick up the phone. He goes, "I need a 7-letter word for dancing." And I went, "Lambada." He went, "Thanks." Oh no, but it started with, "I hope I didn't wake you."
Oh my God.
I thought that's funny. I mean, to turn an event like that into a straight line, that's formidable.
That is wonderful. So I'm so boring. I left my key in my room at a backpackers hostel, and I had to go down to the bloody reception in a towel. That's just how unexciting that story is. Anyways, question 20. Good segue. Have you ever had a broken bone?
No.
Nope. Question 21. Have you ever accidentally or deliberately consumed something that wasn't food or drink? Or drugs, obviously.
Yes, I've eaten paper.
Yeah. Tasty. I think we all have at some point.
Yeah.
Question 22. What's been the most fun you've had shooting a single scene? Was it one of the many villainous scenes in Long Kiss Goodnight? Which you camped it up wonderfully.
Those were fun, but the pressure of, I think, of it ultimately having to be dramatic and not going over the top. I have to say, Reddy Harlan was very good at letting me improvise, but he would always pull me back. I had a line about the nanny, actually. Did we cover this at all? There's a scene where I'm running out of the hideout. I've got that thing that I'm going to put in the truck, the timer thing that starts the bomb, if you remember that scene.
Yeah.
It's just everybody running out of the hideout, and then there's sort of an overhead shot, and it comes down on me, and I'm holding this. It's kind of a lock, I guess, and it gets inserted into the side of the truck. Has that very satisfying 1990s kind of sound, and then the digital numbers lock in, begin the countdown. And as I was running out, I was supposed to be barking orders, things that sounded random, latitudes, and then just throw in stuff like, "Let's keep the pace up. I want it, blah, blah, blah." And I think I threw in one take. I want everything. I want everything open, shut, closed, locked down by 10:30, so I'm in bed by 11 watching The Nanny.
Nah,
And he cut it.
they cut it.
He said, "Yeah, we don't need the part about the nanny, but otherwise good." Yeah, went a little too far with that, but and he was right, I believe. But he was an interesting character because he got to be funny,
Yeah.
and the more we got to know each other, the more he let me slip things in, but just the right amount. And by the way, Shane Black wrote a script that was perfectly well measured. So all the funniest lines were stuff that Shane had written in.
Yeah.
Like Continue Dying was pure Shane Black. I thought was great. Anyway, okay, let's go. I mean, we're in 4 minutes probably.
Yeah, something like that. 3 minutes and 55 seconds.
Oh God.
Question 23. Have you ever copied another celebrity's hairstyle?
No.
No. Question 24. Imagine your 10-year-old self walks into the room. What would they say to you?
Uh, um, what do you do for a living?
Yeah.
I'd be pretty thrilled to see me alive. I would imagine that would pretty much take the day.
Well, the young you was also on stage at something like 10 years old, so they'd be thrilled to see.
Yeah. I'd probably want to know what I do. Did you keep doing this, or did you find something else that requires even less energy?
Yep, that's it. And then you do the Music Man. Question 25. Do you have any recurring dreams or nightmares? Well, that's deep.
It is deep. Unfortunately, I'm not. I don't. None that I'm aware of.
Yeah. Question 26. Growing up, was there a weird neighborhood house or weird neighborhood weirdo that you would avoid or talk about?
We had a house that was adjacent to my backyard that was just an empty barn, and it was Mr. Goldberg's barn. Mr. Goldberg lived on the other side of a field. This was kind of a nice middle class neighborhood, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like there were any vacant lots. We lived on the corner of Hole One of a place called Blindbrook Golf Club,
Yeah.
which Eisenhower and Nixon used to take up the helicopter up from Washington and land on the first tee, and they would play that course. So it was a nice course, a nice area, like upper middle class. That sort of doesn't really exist in America anymore, but when it did, that's where we were. And adjacent to that property was this barn that I guess this guy who lived across the field just didn't want to knock down, didn't want to turn into another house. So there was just sort of this old car from looked to be about the early 40s.
Yeah.
Lots of dust, some broken glass, and what it was a gift for the imagination, because all we did was imagine what was in Mr. Goldberg's barn.
Yep. Oh, wonderful. I love stories like that. Question 27. Have you ever been in a hot air balloon?
No,
Oh, yeah. No, neither have I. They terrify me.
no.
Question 28. What's the most excited you've been about something apart from this interview, of course?
uh, I think probably the most excited I was when I got my first TV show, which was with Valerie Bertinelli and the late great Matthew Perry, and we went to see her do the Arsenio Hall show.
Oh, yep.
And I think we hadn't even shot our first episode yet, so it was still in my imagination.
Yeah.
It wasn't experienced yet. It was all yet to be. So it was just as big and colorful as I can imagine it to be. I was so excited. Yeah.
Awesome. 37 seconds to go. I'm going to give you a fighting chance. Which song is your worst earworm?
Uh, it's got to be a theme song.
What book would you have most related to personally? What book have you most related to personally?
What book?
Yep.
I don't read enough to answer that intelligently.
Yep. Last time you had your face painted for fun, not including makeup.
Probably just trying to make my own latex mask.
Yeah. Oh, Awesome. I
Yeah.
don't know if I want to elaborate on that further, but that's it. You made it to the finish line.
That's awful. I've done awfully.
But where have you placed on the ladder? Drumroll, please. And you answered 29 questions because you took a pass, and that puts you at the bottom of the ladder in 6th place.
Oh my God, that's just not going to get me into college, is it?
No, it's definitely not. So it's not easy. This is a
No. Isn't that strange? And I thought I would whiz right through these. Well, it's just because I have to tell a cute little story. I didn't have to do that.
but we don't know how everyone's going to go on this show, so that's kind
Okay.
of the fun of it.
Yeah.
And as you say, you think it's going to be easy, you're going to answer and fly through, and no.
I really thought I would fly through it. Well, I'll wait till season 2 then. If with your good graces, I'll be given another chance.
Yes, no, definitely, because whilst the top 10 races will be invited back for our championship rounds, the bottom 10 races are also going to be invited back for the wildcard rounds. But 6th place, that's a very fitting number.
That was such a random joke. You know, I don't think I've ever seen the show. Although I did a TV movie with Ted Wass, who played the father.
For listeners at home, it's on Craig's bio on Instagram or something like that. It just makes me laugh every time I see it because I love Six. Absolutely love her. She was the coolest babe on TV at the time.
Because I love when comedy is random, but it has to be delivered perfectly, and that's hard. That's the golf of comedy, I think. You never quite perfect the game, but to get that perfect random reference that enough people will understand, but will still seem random and out of the box. And that was one of the few times grabbing the Six reference, where I just thought, okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But I'm rarely satisfied with those because there's always something a bit more random. You're a funny person. Isn't that hard?
Yeah.
To find something that's, if it's random, everybody still has to get it or they're not going to know what you're talking about.
Yep.
That's a hard call. That takes balance.
Yeah.
What a dull point to have made, but it's true.
It is true. And I have quite an esoteric sense of humor. Like,
Yeah.
in terms of the references I'll pull out or stuff like that. And
Yeah.
quite often people have no idea that what I'm saying is a joke. It goes over so many people's heads.
That's right. Well, that's one thing. If it goes over their heads, that's a bit of a prize in itself. That's a quiet little prize that you can enjoy by yourself. But I don't understand, why is Six funny, but Julie, the cruise director from the Love Boat, or if that was her name, or if you one of those names, or
Ginger from Gilligan's Island.
See, that's too popular, at least in America. That I don't know how, but that's too embedded in the culture to ring as random.
Yeah.
That would be kind of hack. But that's where it's different. Because I actually watch a lot of Australian comedy from like the 70s. I have to do a deeper YouTube search. Maybe you can send me some links, but mainly it's stuff like the Don Lane Show.
Yep, one of our legendary performers, along with Bert Newton and Graham Kennedy.
Right.
Yeah.
So, all right. So some of those are lost on me. I think it was the reason Don Lane jumped out at me is because he was like an expatriate. He was a New Yorker who kind of did club dates here and then found big success over there just because he had this accent. And people were like, that's very, exotic.
Yep.
Fascinating.
Yeah, he was on TV when I was young.
That's the other thing is when you just discover somebody on YouTube from another country, you can sort of get a sense what era it's from, but it's sort of exists out of time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know when he was doing his show.
Happens, but yeah. All that was about comedy and delivering comedy.
Arguably. I mean, and if anybody is through you or anybody, I love finding stuff like that.
But yes. No, anyways, I'm going to quickly finish off this. Before we let you race off, where can people find you on the social medias?
Oh my God, I'm tearing it up on Instagram.
You are?
You can find me at Mr. Craig Bierko, at Mr. Craig Bierko. And on Facebook, I'm Craig Bierko. And on X, I guess I still exist there, although I rarely go. But that's Mr. Craig Bierko. So mainly I'm on Instagram. You know what I've started doing is I've started writing notes to people. If they're going through something really hard, and I just think, God, what if I was going through that? Would I want somebody to just whiz past it, or would I want somebody to say, I see that? not with an easy answer if they're going through something, that's profound or, God forbid, fatal.
Mm-hmm.
But if they've put something up, I mean, a lot of people are like, I don't want that seems awfully touchy. Or right before, I was killing time before this just for a couple of minutes, and that's exactly what I saw was somebody who was going through something. They said this will be the last note I leave. I just thought what it is I want to say to this person, because I know I want to say something that at least communicates an element of support. I don't think social pages are all bad news. I think there's a lot of opportunity in there that we miss. And one of them is just that speed with which you can glide past somebody and miss the glimmer of humanity, where you have an opportunity to actually connect and actually use this strange new highway we've invented between ourselves for good.
Yeah,
Something
it's this
positive.
weird thing that has a dude in New York City and a dude in Melbourne being able to connect. And you reach out to people like that, Craig, because you have a huge heart. I know this because I've met you a couple of times interviewing you. I haven't met you in person, obviously. I've sat there with your mum for nearly 3 hours.
Yes.
And seen where that heart comes from.
Yes.
And where that loving person comes from. You've been incredibly supportive to me over the past few years. I don't mean to brag. That's where it comes from. It's you don't need to overthink it. It's just there in you to reach out, and you are an absolutely beautiful person.
Well, I appreciate you saying that. It's because it's not that, we're so applause trained and or some sort of response trained, but sometimes it's not about sometimes the best moments are anonymous and they're preceded by and are followed by silence. And it's okay to just know in your own heart, I've just done the best I can do. I hope that's right, but intention counts a lot. And every once in a while you hear something back that validates that effort. And that means a lot to me. So thank you.
Yep, no, certainly. It's been rocket fuel to keep us going. I tell you that because.
Yeah. Well, you're fighting a good fight. I recognize it. It's just the other side of the same thing. There's very little humanity in it. It's just an exchange.
Yeah.
And I'm seen as my worth is different. It goes up and down. You get used to it after a while. And the only answer to that is just knowing your own worth and not counting on anybody. I mean, I'm lucky I've got somebody like my mom to validate me. But also with that, I mean, I observed growing up, she's very independent. She didn't need or require that validation from anybody else in order to be the strong woman that she is. So I've learned from that too.
I learned that about her as well.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'll tell her that. That'll mean a lot to her.
Anyways, I won't keep you any longer.
All right, Aaron. Sending you love and good thoughts.
Thank you. And also happy Thanksgiving for tomorrow.
Thank you. We call it thanks-taking, but whatever.
We don't have it here. we don't have that, but we've had Black Friday sales for the past fucking month, haven't we?
Yeah, you know what they're all doing is because we have movements here that are like, shut them down, don't buy anything. So they moved Black Friday up to try to get everybody's money because everybody's going to stop spending during the normal.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite exciting. I hope things seem to be slowly turning around. I hope that's what happens. People are waking up here. Good to talk to you again. And until the next time.
Yes, we have to have one Thresh and Treasure again.
Happy 5.
Anyways, just to let you know, there's not going to be an episode next Sunday. I'm actually going to hold it off and going to post it on Christmas because we have an extra special Christmas episode lined up with a few Christmassy questions strewn throughout. And that's it for this week's Speed Junket. That's been Craig Bierko. I've been Aaron Ware, and this has been a whirlwind. Take care. Thanks for listening, and we shall see you on the next Speed Junket starting line, wherever in the world that may be. Hooroo!